Hi guys, this is Cindy and I wanted to show you the book I'm using for the August Altered Book Challenge. I picked this Reader's Digest condensed book. I really like the cover and I'd never seen one that was this thin, so I thought I like that size. So I've already gone in and torn out my pages. I just haven't glued them yet. And last night when I was pulling these pages out, I thought I am going to do something with these pages right now. I'm not going to just leave them stacked up. So I made all of these banners out of all the pages. I think I ended up with 41. And I use these in my journals as a hidden, I call them hidden, journaling spot, because I decorate the banner up, clip it on the page like that, and then you can take it off and there's lined paper or blank paper on the back and you can write and then no one will ever see it if they're just looking at your journal page. So anyway, I was just gonna show you my book and show you what I did with the extra pages. And I'm not sure if I got the idea for making these banners from Gail, and I think she got the idea from somebody else, so I'm not sure. So in case you haven't seen how to do it, I thought I would just make one real quick. And I'm going to try to sit down and do this. I've got my sewing machine over here because I like to sew them. And let me just show you some that I've sewn before I start. You can just glue them, but I think sewing just kind of holds all those layers together, so I just, rough sewing around them. So anyway, here's how you make them. One sheet of paper, and you're going to fold it in thirds, and you can just guess. It doesn't have to be exact. And I keep it straight by lining up this folded edge with this edge. And it's the rough where I tore it out of the book is there. It doesn't matter, you're not going to see the back at all. So that gives me my book page into thirds, and that gives me 3 thicknesses, so that helps strengthen it. So I'm just going to glue it real quick. Oops, I would if I had some glue. About out of my glue, aren't I? So anyway, just enough to hold it down, and it doesn't matter if the rough edge is on the back or not, because like I said, you're not going to see it. So let me set my little glue over here. And I have some new glue, it's just not out of the package. Then you're going to decide what size you want. It's the difference between the short one and the tall one. Do you want it to be quite a bit of distance? You want them to be almost the same length? It just depends. I try to do roughly a third of the size. So, I mean, that's just not quite a third, but it's definitely not a half. And that just gives me a pretty good difference in the two, so it's easy to spot. And then once you've got them cut, you're going to make the V in the bottom. So you just cut up the middle, and then from the corner you're going to cut to the top of that first cut, and same way that way, and that gives you the V, and it's centered. And of course this can be as short if you want. It can be as short as that, which I don't think is, I don't like that too much, so I would make mine taller. You can make them as tall as you want. So once you get those, then you're going to glue the two together. Now, I've made a bunch of these, and I glued them like that. And I was looking at it last night, and I thought, I think that's backwards. I think the shorter one is supposed to be on the right, and the left, and the longer one on the right. So I'm not sure. So it can be either way, whichever way you want to do it. So let's take my little glue thing here. We're just going to glue it enough to hold it in place. Now, if you don't want to sew, of course, you would glue it more. And then at this point, I would glue the whole thing to some blank paper. Let me grab some real quick. Oops, I didn't get that glue. I don't have much glue. My glue is in the other room. So just enough to hold it on here. Okay, so you get the backing glued on, and then you're going to cut the whole thing out. You could, instead of putting a backing on there, put some paint on there or gesso on the back. And you don't have to put anything on the back if you don't want to use it as writing space. The reason I put it on there is I think, well, this could be a good journaling spot, so I put writing paper on the back. But it just depends on what you want. Okay, now we got blank paper on the back and the banner on the front. And all my little scraps here. So then the next step is the sewing machine, and I want to show you what I came up with on sewing it. And let's see if I have mine one that's backwards or different. I had it here. There it is. Okay. Short one's on the right, short one's on the left. It doesn't matter which side it's on when you go to sew. I'm going to just mark here so you can see the sides of that short banner. Okay, now here's how I would sew regardless. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to start at the edge of the short one. Always going to start with the short one. And where the two meet is where I'm going to start. So I'm going to sew across the top, turn my needle, come down to the point, turn my needle, go to that point, go to this point, and then meet up again with this stitching. And I'm not going to cut threads or anything. I'm just going to turn my needle and continue this way and finish the tall banner. Go down and do the points. And then I'm going to end it right here. And because I got so many thicknesses, I'm going to do a little back stitch. So it works the same whether it's on this way, the short one on the right, or the short one on the left. It doesn't matter. You're still going to start with the short one. And you're going to start where they meet. Go across, down, up, down. And see, that finishes the short one. And then you're just going to keep going and do the long one. So anyway, I know my sewing machine glares. I'm trying, I don't know of any way to keep it from glaring because I can't turn the light off and use the sewing machine. So we're going to try it with the glare. And I'm going to try to sew this. And let me mark this one so you can see as I'm sewing, maybe. And I'm sewing at a weird angle, so I will try to do it. Let me see if I can zoom in some. Maybe a little bit. Maybe you can see. I think you figured it out though. Okay, we're starting at the top where they meet. And what's kind of strange about this is usually when you're sewing, the bulk of your material or paper is on the left, but now I'm starting out with it on the right. So that's just a different angle of what you're looking at, keeping your stitching even, but it's not for a long distance. Once I get to the edge, then I lift my presser foot, make the turn, go into the point, stop and turn. I'm just going to turn at each point. And then this will finish off the short one. I got my thread caught. Let's pull it out. There we go. And then I'm going to meet up with that first stitching. It doesn't have to be exact. And now I'm going to turn it and finish this tall banner. You'll do a better job of sewing because you won't have to do it at such a weird angle, but it doesn't take that long, and I think it really finishes it off. Then when I get back up to that short banner, I just do a little bit of back stitching and I'm done. Let me show you what it looks like. So, oops, get on the screen. We got it zoomed in. That's what it looks like there, and that's what it looks like on the back. So anyway, that's what I did with all my leftover pages yesterday, and I've got enough banners for many, many journals to come, and I won't sew them all today. I'll just sew them whenever I feel like using my machine or doing some work, but not really having to think. I'll just come in here and stitch some more of these up, and I'll have them already ready to go, decorate however I see fit. Oops, I'm way off the screen. Sorry. I'm not sure. I keep forgetting I zoomed in. Oh, there's really zoomed in. Okay. Anyway, I'm back to the chaos, so I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.